the enemy will try to tempt you with shortcuts that look flashy. Like we've been told, oh, you're gonna make this much, you're gonna make 300K, an extra 500K. And we said, no, no, because we know what will happen when we say yes to that. The anointing goes away, the oil goes away, the fire goes away because we say yes to things that were never meant for us. Are you ready to rethink what it takes to actually succeed? In this video, we're breaking down the 3 ways to be a better entrepreneur in 2025. We're already halfway through the year, which is absolutely insane to think about. So if you haven't already thought about how can I be better, perform better, then this video is for you. First and foremost, stop relying on your own strategies and skills. First and foremost, how much are you relying on yourself versus relying on God? When I finally realized I had to trust in God's plan for my life and surrender, that is when things really started to shift. The most uncomfortable part though is when you have to let go, when you have to, for me, like last weekend, right now I'm in Tulum, Mexico. It's absolutely beautiful out. I love to be outside, be in nature, but when you're growing and scaling a business and it requires you to be doing things to keep it moving, right? It can feel hard. It can feel hard to want to let go. It can feel hard to want to take rest, but as soon as I just rest, and Matthew 11:28, take my yoke upon you, and I decide to draw or go and swim or go and tan, like literally got this burnt tan mark last weekend, things really start to move, and it's incredible what can happen when you trust in God more than your own self. It's a lot easier said than done. I can think back to a specific call that we had a few months ago with a potential partner that we were looking to join forces with, and we got so close to the finish line, but then we started to notice their behavior. We started to investigate their fruit and their values, and I can't tell you how many times we've had to say no to people on sales calls and not drop an offer because they weren't integral. There have been a lot of times where, for example, I remember when I was in Bali, I decided to be a CSM for this guy who had a coaching business, and on the outside you might think he's an incredible coach, he's doing amazing, but when I started to work for him, I've never experienced someone get so many refunds, and I had to say, I can't work here anymore. Needless to say, I never got the paycheck, but I still pray for him. And when you put integrity above profit, you might take short-term hits to your cash collection, but in the long term, you're going to build brand equity. You're going to build brand authority. Brand authority, brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And if you're integral, if you tell people that you're going to do something and you actually do it, that is everything. And I was watching a video with Alex Hormozi and Layla Hormozi and their new business partner, and they were explaining this concept of the people who say, I got it, and they actually do get it. Those are the people that you want on your team. When you say, yes, I can do this, or when you promise something on a sales call, when you tell someone something like, this is what I can do not take that lightly. Your word carries weight, and when you actually fulfill on what you say that you're going to do, and you don't just do it and then say it and then not do it, you build trust. People will respect you, and that will create just such a powerful dynamic when you can put integrity over profit and show up as an integral leader yourself in business. Because the enemy will try to tempt you with shortcuts that look flashy. Like, we've been told, oh, you're gonna make this much, you're gonna make 300K, an extra 500K. And we said no. No. Because we know what will happen when we say yes to that. The anointing goes away, the oil goes away, the fire goes away, because we say yes to things that were never meant for us. We go down the path that was just tempting, but wasn't the true will of the Father. Lastly, when our clients were out here and we were just serving them, do it cheerfully. I was noticing when we were talking about leadership together with a handful of our clients here in Mexico, and we were hosting this beautiful mastermind, we were talking on how leaders are the last. Leaders are the servants. Jesus came here not to crown himself, but to be a servant. That is the highest position that you can carry as a leader. And as an entrepreneur, you are the leader. If you want your business to succeed, if you want to experience that financial provision, if you want to have people follow you, to trust you, respect you, you yourself have to be that leader. And leaders are the last ones. They're the last ones to eat. They're the ones that are always asking questions, the last ones to speak. They're the ones that will give generously. They're the ones that have the most developed character. Leaders are the last. Leaders lead with compassion. Leaders lead with servanthood, just like Jesus as well. And it's not going to be comfortable. Just like when Jesus was about to carry the cross, he was sweating blood. In that moment, do you think that he was comfortable? But he had a great calling on his life. No matter the cost, he knew the reward that would come at the end, and that was a relationship with you. So we can look to Jesus. We can look to him to see, how can we be a better leader, Lord? People are watching you. They're watching you from the sidelines. You might not realize it, but you are influencing their actions. You are influencing their convictions. You are influencing their decisions. Do not take it lightly.